can text it to you.
I'll spam you all the little pieces of the map.
Thank you.
Okay, so when you do, are you guys coming over? You want to see this? Oh, okay.
I'm so excited. I've been struggling. You saw all of those that I was painting?
Oh yeah.
All of those were a struggle.
Why?
Because I didn't know how to trim.
You should know how to trim.
I know,
We went
right?
over this.
I don't know. Trimming is really hard.
I know it is and it isn't. When you know how, when you get a rhythm down, it gets simpler. But
Yeah.
I think what happens with a lot of people, they overthink it. It's not that complicated, but you're like, but the first thing you want to do is check how thick it is. This is borderline dry. So what I did earlier when I got in, because I did this 2 weeks ago. So I did dip it and kind of get it started, getting it wet or get it rehydrated. You can see when I do that, this will get a little bit dull and it can absorb only when it can, I keep putting too much water on it, the surface only gets wet. We want it to sink in. So just me dipping it and then just let it sit, you can see it's getting dull, it's absorbing in. So the first thing is we take the bat off. I do the best I can to line it up on those rings, and that's what the point of the rings are, is to help us line up.
Wait,
So I
wait,
know,
wait. You stuck the needle in there.
yeah, I did that so I could see how how thick this is.
How does that help you?
So
trying to
then I
figure
know
out
how thick this is. So if I put this in here,
You don't go through the bottom.
I know, but like, how can you determine that?
so like this here, I'll go through there. It's really hard. So it's poking through now. I pull this out. That's how thick my bottom is. Because you guys have made so many things since then, you might have forgotten what this one was. So I always double check it again. So like when we throw, we check how thick it is. I'm going back and checking again before I go to trim how thick. So I know I got something like this to work with before you even start. Now sometimes I forget to do that, and if this is soft enough, you can actually feel it push through. So I don't have to take it back off. Because a lot of times I'll forget, I'll center it and I'll be like, oh, how thick is it? And some people can hear it. I can't hear very well, so I just use the needle tool. All right, so get that there. Get this so it's not so sticky. And then here, I'm gonna be trimming down to about here. So I need to hold the needle tool down there to get it lined up. If I'm trimming down here, then I'd hold the needle tool down to there. But I don't need to trim all the way down there. I just need to trim just this little bit. If you have a bowl and it's really messy on the bottom, just like Aaron showed or whatever, he might have to trim further down to clean it up. But so now I'm going to take this, go very slow, and I'll take the needle tool. And so you see from here to here, the needle's hitting. That's off center. That means it's pushing too far out. So it should be facing you, but I'm just showing you where it was. Well, I'll take it right from here.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Is this the only way to center?
Some people do it where they visually look at it. This is a much easier way to see it. There is a tool in the other room. If you're a potter, you can use that, and that thing like self-centered. The issue with that, there's only one. A lot of schools don't have it. They're $200 a piece, and I try not to rely on anything but that.
Are they
And they're
fragile?
not 100%.
Are they fragile?
The tool?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, we can share.
I'm just telling you, because
This
when
is
you go
the-
somewhere else, it's not hard. Just watch for a second. So then, watch. I'll take this. It doesn't take too long.
I
So
need
look at, I'm
30
gonna put my
more
finger
years of
here.
experience.
I find, look at, on each end of that thing, I take it in the middle and I just push this over just a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna clean that line up a little bit. I'm just going to trim it again if you need to see it. No. Huh? Okay. Well, I didn't know. I didn't realize you were gone. So then you can see it's a little bit off again because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. So from there to there of a line. Again, here, here. take it in the middle of that line, scoot it over. And the idea is that you're hitting in 3 points at least. So even if your bottom's all, messy, you want to be hitting in 3 points across from each other. So you can see how much better it is now. So the line is almost going all the way around. There's one low spot, but that could be because I just had my hand on it when I was throwing. So you see the line goes almost all the way around except here. So I'm just gonna scoot it just a little bit. But you notice my cup, because it's been drying and I had to re-wet it, it's doing one of these, and that's because it's a little off. But I don't worry about down here. So when you watch when I turn it on, it's very deceiving. So when you look at the bottom here, it's way off. It's not centered, but it's been drying, so it's ovalizing a little bit. But when you look up here, it's right on. So don't worry about that. We just want to worry about this. So again, when I put the needle tool on here, look at it touching all the way around. But if I go down here, it's not going to touch at all. It's going to hide and go. So now what I'll do is I'll take this, pin this down on both sides. And this should be soft, not wet. If this is wet, just like this is, because I just tripped through with this, just work it in your hand for a second. Your hand will be enough to absorb whatever moisture. We don't want it really wet, then we got to clean this thing off. So we want it just soft enough that it won't damage our piece. Then I take this, like this, push that on. And some people do a whole coil. You can do that too. You can do, they even make a mat. I used to throw on a mat. The problem with the mat is you can get too comfortable and then the thing comes right off there. The mat is really good. It's like a silicone mat. And the mat's really good if you have low bowls and you just want to center and you don't even have to put anything. Some people will put a little bit of water and not use this at all. Problem with that is then you got this thing that's hard to get off of there and it can ruin the rim. So it's one of those with life experience and trying, and you can try different things. You can YouTube different ways people center. Some people center by using this on the top and find center that way. I recommend doing whatever is most comfortable for you. And just because I'm doing it this way doesn't mean you have to. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit, and then I just start, first thing I do is I get this thing flat. And you can see it's pretty flat, but it's a little off. And what I do is I'm basically flattening this off. It's not perfect, but it's close. So some of you guys are gonna have some that are really and that's why you wanna make sure you get that thing straightened off.
So when you say flat, can it be like slanted?
It can be slanted, but what I'm trying to say flat is it's not like this.
Yeah.
It's just, even if it's not, as long as I'm holding the tool and it's just, you can see there's a little hiccup there, but. And then I do the same on the side, because look at the side, there's a lot of garbage on there. Actually, I'm gonna knock that piece off because this is so hard.
So it just has to be like smooth.
Smooth. So you have, it's like if you do painting, even if you're painting your wall, you want the surface to be nice and smooth to start with. If I have inconsistency and then I go to paint it, it's gonna be in that. And that's true with the foot. So we want to make this canvas nice and smooth, and that's what we're doing. We're smoothing everything out. So look at what I do on the side here. I clean that up too. I'm not carving the foot. I'm just getting everything what I call trued up. And so when you look at it now, it's all ready to go. Now I can go in and carve my foot. If this is all wavy and stuff, and I'm trying to carve my foot, it'll radiate into my piece, and the next thing you know, my foot's all wobbly. Now I can carve my foot into there, and then I just hold this. This is pretty dry, believe it or not. It is not that dry, but it's drier than I would like it. I have to be careful I don't, what I call catch it. If it catches, then it can pull off of here. So I use just the corner of this tool. If I use that big wide one, when it's really wet, it will catch. So I try not to let you guys use these, and you know, usually the first semester or first class, ceramics one, I try to have you guys not use it. But if they're doing plates and stuff, this is the tool to use because it's much wider and it'll catch, but the plate's much lower. If I use this when you're beginning, you can catch more with that. So that's why I try to have you guys just start off with this. Now I'm gonna go in the middle. And remember, I took the needle tool and I knew it was about that thick. I want to cut like half of that away. I want the bottom of the cup to be about that. So the first thing I do is I establish how deep I'm going to go. I want to get that established right away. Again, this is dry, so be careful. I got to push harder than I normally would. But it's still cutting well, so, but it should be a little bit wetter. I'm going to probably re-wet the other cup before I get. But you guys see how that's going?
Yeah.
So first I establish the how much I'm going to take off in the middle. Again, it shouldn't be, I'm just trying to be careful because my cup that I made during the week, I dropped it. I was talking, somebody was talking to me and then I looked away and then my cup fell to the floor. So I want to make sure I keep this so I have my example for you guys. And that's why we make more than we need. But you can see I can start developing how thick, I'm almost there to how far I need to go down.
I don't understand how you could tell if you're not too deep or not.
But that's why you take that measurement at first. So I had the needle tool, I showed you it was about there. So when I go about here, then I have about half of that already gone because it's down that deep.
Okay.
So from here, who's using these tools? So from here to here, so the piece is about this, it's about this thick right now.
Yeah.
Just
So you
remember,
have a
I
lot
stuck the
more.
needle tool in there, and then it's all by eye. I can stop and try to do it now and just push through, and then I can, okay, it feels good. It takes time to develop. It's one of those where, it's like when you're driving, you know, it's learning like how the car accelerates and all of it comes with experience. And if you go through, you go through. But you'll start getting. I've gone through a lot of pieces, and you learn how to push it as far as you can go. Then what happens is you, like I tell that story with that woman that I worked with in Arizona, or worked for in Arizona, and I use calipers to do my lids and stuff. She doesn't even have to. And she makes bowls that nestle, and you can take a ruler and they're perfect. She uses no tools whatsoever because muscle memory is there. And she just knows. And I was in awe. I mean, she was 60 years old when she was doing it. So
6 years old?
60.
Oh my god.
No, not 6. One man. So no, she's been doing it for 30 years, and I was just like, I can't believe it still. But she does it all the time, so she doesn't, and that's the same thing with trimming.
Yeah, we're in your seat that you were in.
Hmm?
We're in your seat, we're the one that you were in. You
Mm.
know? Okay, never mind. like from your point of view, that's us.
Oh
That
yeah,
you
yeah,
had.
yeah. No, I know what you're saying. No, and I remember I kept my original bowl. I still have my original bowl. I gotta find it, but I had that as a reminder how far. I have a wooden table. It was my first furniture piece, and it's like god awful. I like it because I can be like I make stuff way better than that now.
Mm-hmm.
My first bowl, you'll be like when you guys see it, because you guys make better bowls than I did. Believe it or not, I know you're looking at me like
Oh, back in the day.
the first bowl I ever made was horrible,
I got you.
but I kept it, and it's a reminder how far we can come. It's like all these people, sports stars, all these people, same thing. Repetition just gets better and better. And you know, think about Michael. I mean, I was
Michael
fortunate to go see Michael Jordan play, and he did it so naturally. So if you hear him talk about his life story, that dude, the ball never. He had a basketball in his hands all the time. They say he was out in the park practicing all the time. And that's what these people that do this, you know, somebody will be like, God, I wish I could draw as good as they can. They draw all the time. They don't just say, oh, today I'm going to pick up a pencil and good. It's just same thing with this. The more you do it, the better you're going to get. Now, the unfortunate thing you don't see is 30 plus years of me doing this. So you guys see this and be like, oh, he makes it look easy, but this gray hair, these wrinkly hands, I have hardly any feelings in my hand. It's all from years I spent, hours, days, whatever. I mean, when I was in graduate school, I was one of the very few people would come in the morning, I'd be there and be like, they'd look at me and be like, you're wearing the same, you never left. I said, nope. I worked all the way through and then worked again all the way through. And they'd be like, I don't even, my studio mates were like, I don't even know how you can do that. I don't know.
I have a question.
No, you don't.
So like when you were going, when you were starting to make like the side of the edge.
Yeah.
When I was doing it, it would like get caught on the actual.
Yeah, it pulled up.
This part, so like it would go like this.
So
What's a good way to
it's
fix
how
that?
you hold that. And so when you're turning your tool, I'm turning it in such a way where it catches. And so when I take that and you're getting pulled up, I'm taking sure and pull down. And so I hold this tool. I'm gonna go over here so you can see it too.
Is there a way to fix it though if you end up going on the?
Yeah, I mean, what you need to do is define your line. You need to have that line defined.
Okay.
So your line, what's happening is you make a little foot and then you start trying to like pull down a little. You need to go farther down and then start rolling off.
Okay, got you.
So you're kind of like doing a little foot
Yeah.
and then it pulling backwards. You really need to go down, down, down,
Okay.
and then start rolling off. If you do a little bit and roll, it's gonna pull. So you really need to go like this or turn your tool, and then you saw I started planting that way. It can only go one way, so I
Okay.
plant that way.
Yeah, I was turning my tool the other way,
Yep.
towards the.
And you think of like, I always think of like a snow plow. The snow plow, if I turn the blade this way, it's gonna go that way, vice versa. And the snow is gonna go that way. So you kind of look at the tool, how the shavings are coming off. And once I establish this wall here, you can hear it clicking a little bit, it wants to pull off of there. But see, then there you go. And then I have that, and I'm gonna put a little bit of water just to smooth it out. I can use a wood tool, never use a sponge, because that will get really rough. We want this really smooth. The wood tool will burnish it.
What?
Burnish it, make it really smooth.
Oh,
So if you feel that, it's really smooth.
got you. I thought you said burn the shit.
Right.
Burnish.
Burnish it.
So feel it.
Wow, oh my god.
But this isn't a big deal, but this is what you want smooth, because that's gonna be touching your table surface.
Oh my goodness.
And that's just with the wood tool. I put a little water because this is dry.